Hey Hawkeye fans, finally another edition of the VanLaere vlog for you to digest. But before I get into my analysis, I want to say a big thank you to the Big Ten Network for providing my wardrobe for this evening. This is the Rise and Fire clothing line designed by Gus Johnson. So I just want to say thank you to the Big Ten Network for providing that. Iowa will head into Mackey Arena with a 9-16 record to take on the number 6 team in the nation, the Purdue Boilermakers, who are sitting at 20-3 overall in the season. Purdue is on a 6-game winning streak, and inside that streak, they've had some impressive wins. They won at the Breslin Center, beating Michigan State, and they also took down Illinois on the road, as well as beating Wisconsin at home during that 6-game winning streak. Iowa, on the other hand, did snap a 4-game losing streak by taking down Northwestern with an impressive win there. At the same time, they likely took the Wildcats out of contention for their first ever NCAA tournament berth. This will be Iowa's first game since Anthony Tucker was given his unconditional release by Coach Licklider. Could this be a distraction for the Hawkeyes? Maybe, but I doubt it. Iowa's been playing pretty well without him, and they're just going to have to forge through, and finally something has taken place, and they can put that to rest. Looking back at the first meeting between Iowa and Purdue at Hawkeye Arena, Iowa got up big early, if you remember. They took a 10-2 lead, and Purdue actually only had 6 points 8 minutes into the game. Iowa was actually dominating at the point. I think I recall even saying that in our online chat there. Purdue did step up with some pressure D at that point, and Iowa started turning the ball over. The Hawkeyes were leading an undefeated and 4th-ranked Purdue team at half by 1. Unfortunately for Iowa, Purdue used a 10-0 run midway through that second half to sort of build a lead there, and they didn't look back after that. If you recall, though, there were a couple horrific officials in that game. Teddy Valentine and Eddie Hightower were involved, but the really big culprit in that game was Bob Donato, so hopefully Iowa can avoid those guys in this game. But actually, the real deciding factor in the last matchup between these two teams was the 18 points off turnovers that Purdue got. Gatens was absolutely smothered by Chris Kramer, and he was held to 6 points and 5 turnovers. Cully shot 2 for 11 from the field, and Cole was in foul trouble throughout. But the Iowa was right there with Purdue with all those things considered. The problem is in this game, though, this game is going to be in West Lafayette, where Purdue has only lost 1 game this year, and that was to Ohio State. I look for Purdue to bring an insane defensive pressure again in this game. If they focus on Gatens again like they did in the game in Carver Hawkeye, the emergence of May and Fuller will give Iowa some options, though. Hawkeyes will need to attack down low when Juwan Johnson is out of the game, and they're going to have to limit both turnovers and possessions in this game to even have them a chance. I just think Purdue's defense will be too much in this one, and Iowa might not even be able to break 50 points on Saturday. Prediction in this one, Iowa 53, Purdue 68.